All right, you guys, Black Ortiz and Starla are back. And again, no social media. Closed to the outside world. Mm-hmm. The only, and it's so funny, they made this whole situation seem like this was going to be The Walking Dead or World War Z or I Am Legend. And we're all going to turn into zombies and start biting each other, running around. People are going to be dying. People are going to have sores on their face. It was the flu. Normally, they would have categorized this as the flu. If something like this would have came out 2 years ago or this year after the election, it would have been the flu. It would have been the flu. And it just divided us so badly. But the powers that be, and I'm gonna say the powers that be are the media as well.
Oh yeah.
Because they wanted to keep us glued to the television. Mm-hmm. They wanted to keep influencing us. They wanted to keep influencing us.
Mm-hmm. And keep you in fear.
And keep you in fear. That was the biggest thing.
An irrational fear. Like, like we're scared of a boogeyman that doesn't exist.
That's right. And I want to talk about the mask. And I'm going to put some pictures up behind me of the mask and what the mask represent. Mm-hmm. You know, before... I want to stay on point. Help me to stay on point with this one. When you went into a hospital, the worst part, the most sick, the people who were the sickest in that area, you had to wear a mask. Surgeons wore masks. Mm-hmm. You know, mask is a symbolic thing. It means seriousness. Mm-hmm. But it was so important that the media and everybody said, you have to wear this mask. Now, wearing a mask, okay, we understand that wearing a mask has some type of protection. Not all the protection, but some type of protection. But it's not that they wanted to protect you. They wanted to keep showing you the fear. Mm-hmm. Because a mask represents fear. Yeah. All right, so you got a mask, and so when you're real sick, you got to wear a mask. Mm-hmm. Okay? When people want to rob a bank or want to commit a crime, what do they wear? They wear a mask. Mm-hmm. Over in Africa, those they used to wear masks in wartime to scare you. Mm-hmm. And what happens during Halloween? You put on a mask for fear and to scare people. You got Jason, he wore a mask. You got Halloween, he wore a mask. You know, all these people wear masks. It's such a fear base, and what they want to do is keep you in fear, because once you're in fear, they can control you, because now I'm scared, tell me what to do.
Yep.
Me and Starla resisted masks until the very bitter end. Until the point we could not go anywhere and we could not do business if we didn't have a mask on.
Right.
And I remember the first few times, there's a couple of times we gave the stores the middle finger. We're not going to go to these stores. We're not going to give you our money if you're going to make us wear a mask. And so, and people would look at us like we were crazy, looking like, especially black folks. Mm-hmm. Oh, you don't got your mask on? You don't got your mask on? That's how they are.
Don't get mad at us because we don't subscribe to fear.
Exactly.
You know how many people, that I said, like, why don't you take that fear and do something else with it?
Exactly.
You're going to shut yourself in your house and you're going to be so scared. You're not going to drive anywhere. You're not going to go anywhere. You're not going to see your family who you say you love so much.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just like you're going to just shut your life off because you're afraid.
Yep.
Do something else with that fear.
Exactly.
Put it somewhere else.
Exactly.
Nobody wants to say anything about that.
Right. No, they won't. No, they won't.
We just sit here and be scared and not get anything done. It's like, no, we're not going to live like that.
Right.
So if you mad at me for that, then okay, I'll leave you in the wind.
Right. And in your fear. And honestly, you're not really scared for your life. You only fear because someone told you. Mm-mm. Because your fat behind, you remove the mask to smoke a cigarette, your 10th cigarette that day. Mm-hmm. you'll remove the mask and sit down at Golden Corral or these other big buffet places and eat everything, and you weigh in. Your BMI is 40 and 50. You're morbidly obese. You're big. You know what's more fearful? If I can look in your refrigerator and see how much you really value your life.
Yeah.
If I open it up and it's a whole bunch of sugary, fatty, processed foods and different things like that, you don't care about your life. You're just wearing a mask because somebody told you to wear a mask. You don't exercise. When was the last time you sweated other than just walking up the stairs? And that's something that we don't do.
Yeah.
We are the most athletic people on the planet. We dominate all pro sports, but we're the fattest on it. We're the fattest people. I'm talking about American blacks. I'm not talking about blacks in other places, but I'm only talking to the descendants of slaves. I'm not talking about anybody else. You know, and one of the reasons why is because the only sports that we know how to play is football and basketball. We don't even know how to play baseball anymore. We ain't play baseball no more. We used to dominate baseball.
Yeah.
Now, what are you, 40 years old? You ain't playing basketball no more. Especially our football players. If most of them have gone is high school. That means at 18, and if you're 40, you go 12 years, or 22 years. You go 22 years, and you ain't played football since, except for to throw the football around a little bit. Because you don't have any other way to keep your weight down and stay exercise, to stay fit. And guess what? One of the things I believe that helped us through this pandemic is that we were fit.
Yeah.
We knew we had a whole bunch of people at our gym get the coronavirus, and they were more embarrassed about getting it versus the actual effects of it. They made it seem like they did something wrong. I got the coronavirus. Like, what? So what? So what?
Yeah.
You know, you don't got AIDS.
Right.
I'm like, you got cancer. Tell me you got cancer. Hey, listen, that's serious.
Exactly.
This was not serious.
No.
This was a whole bunch of people died. A whole bunch of old people died. And I'm sorry that they died. Yeah. But let me tell you something. There's been several older people's stories, and I had a grandmother, and they were in their 90s, and they went for about a day, or not every day. It was almost like they were dead. And so we're at the hospital, and they woke up in their 90s, and they were mad. They were like, "I'm back again? I thought I was done with this life." and we're counting all these people who passed 90 years old. The life expectancy is not 90. But I'm saying it's just like these people were used as pawns to cause us to be in fear. And eventually, we had to wear masks, but I think it's helped our immunity, to breathe in the air. Even if there was some time that we may be asymptomatic, there's no telling. But what does that even mean? I mean, honestly, what does that mean? Asymptomatic.
I don't know. If I don't have anything, then what do I have?
Yeah, what do I have? Guess what? I got the boogity-boo disease, but I'm asymptomatic. I don't have any symptoms.
And people talk to you like, they just be like, "Oh yeah, maybe you're asymptomatic," and I'm always like, "Well, what does that mean? I don't have anything. If I don't, that doesn't fucking mean."
Excuse my language. That doesn't mean, I'm gonna edit that out. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't freaking mean anything that you're asymptomatic of a disease that you don't have. You can give it to somebody. Then I'm not asymptomatic if I can give it to you. And I hopefully I can give you my asymptomatic disease. Yeah. So you could be asymptomatic as well. But guess what? If I'm, and this is one thing. If I'm asymptomatic and I give you the virus and you have symptoms, that has to mean that I have some certain type of immunity. Yeah. And you need to study what's going on the inside of me and people like me. Yeah. Not to think that we're just, you're just asymptomatic. it's garbage.
Yeah.
You got what you wanted, though, world.
Mm-hmm.
You got what you wanted.
Happy now?
Hope you happy. We'll see. Because I'm going to be me and Starla going to be right here talking about it, because pretty soon we'll be back on Facebook. We'll be back on Instagram. We'll be back here so I can see what y'all ignorant folks is talking about. I just want to hear what y'all talking about.
Same stuff. People still scared. People, people are still afraid. People still just don't think for themselves.
There's a vaccine out, ain't it?
Yeah, but now, so people, scream and holler about the vaccine, but now people are like, well, I don't know if I'm going to do it because I don't know what the side effects are. It's like, oh, now you care. You care about the side effects now?
Oh, listen. Once Facebook and Instagram start pushing, get the vaccine and stuff like that, these fools are going to get the vaccine, because that's what you got. That's what you are. If all of these outside forces can influence you to do everything, you don't think on your own, you're a fool. You're a fool.
Yeah. Why don't we have brains?
Yeah. Just
why
think for
we
yourself.
given a brain?
If you would have taken a step back and unplugged like me and Starla would have, you would not be in this much fear. You just wouldn't be. Yeah. You just wouldn't be.
I don't know, man. Like I don't understand what people, because sometimes I feel strange for the way I think, because I'm like, man, everybody else just follows along with the crowd, and I'm just like, wait, what about a different side?
Yeah. Yeah.
And people can almost make you feel like something is wrong with you.
Right.
But
yeah, and that's what they're trying to do, and that's what the whole media. Listen, there was a virus. There is a virus. Okay, there is a virus that affects people who are older in age or has immunity issues. The virus, go study the actual death rate of the virus. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's all we're trying to do. And our biggest issue. It wasn't even a mask. I don't care, honestly. The mask, all right, wear a mask. You did not have to shut down the world. You didn't have to do it.
No.
You didn't have to do it. You didn't have to shut down America. You didn't have to shut down the world. It didn't do anything. Almost everybody still got it. Everybody still got it with the mask on, mask off.
But to me, it represented, the shutdown represented so much loss.
Yeah.
Like, think about how many people lost their savings or lost their business and, lost their jobs, lost their homes.
Right.
That is not, that's problematic.
Yeah, exactly.
Why does nobody want to see that? Like, so what, people died? Like, that's not to sound callous, but since when are we concerned about other people dying? Yeah. Everybody dies. Yeah. At some point, people die. Like, that's not good enough to tell me that I have to close down my business, where I personally have to legally follow extremely strict sanitary guidelines. Yep. But I have to close. Right. I have to close down. Yeah. I can't work. I can't make money. So how am I gonna pay my bills? Yeah. Like, what do we? Yeah. So it's so many problems that came as a result of that. And
okay, what about? But they were open for Black Friday, wasn't it? Yeah. They didn't close down the malls.
Nope.
Why?
Nope.
And that's why I don't trust these powers. I don't trust them, because that would have let me know how really afraid and really serious this virus was. Mm-hmm. If you was gonna shut down now you were serious, you guys. You shut down a couple of NCAA stuff and stuff like that. But again, the election, that was before the election. Yeah. Black Friday was after the election. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That Black Friday was after the election. Yep. Right. We ain't no fools. And hope you guys won't be.